for anyone that is interested in coming out here, here's a little bit of red tape that you should know about. For Desolation Wilderness, every single place that's out here does require a permit. They are not hard to get. Here's mine. All I had to do was go on to recreation.gov, just reserved the spot. It tells you if it's available, you put in how many nights you're going to be here, and it was like $11. So really not that bad. The other thing, as far as permits go, is that you also need to have a campfire and camp stove permit. Now, these things are free, and they were really easy to get. It was like a 4 or 5 minute video, and then I believe there was like 8 questions that you had to answer. So really easy, but a small price to pay to make sure that everything out here is how it's supposed to be and that no one's doing anything stupid. A side note on that, even though I do have a campfire permit, which is required in order for me to use my cook stove, I cannot have a campfire out here. That is something that's not allowed in any of Desolation Wilderness. As far as camping goes, where you set up your campground, it just needs to be an established area already, so we're not like clearing out all new spots, and it needs to be at least 100 feet away from the lakes or rivers, streams, that sort of thing. So that's part of the reason why I decided to set up my camp, like cook spot, next to the waters, because my tent has to be all the way 100 feet away. Desolation Wilderness is something that I've avoided this whole time just because permits are intimidating. So in any case, if anyone is having some reservations about being able to get permits, or if you're worried about that, don't worry about it. I will pass on the advice that I got. Go onto the website, see what's available, and just grab something. I mean, they're super cheap and they're easy to get. You just print them out at home. So kind of took away my excuse, and I think it could probably take away yours too. Doesn't matter which permit you get, just see what's available and just grab it. Eventually you'll see everything. And there are some areas that are harder to get into than others, but honestly, everything out here is pretty amazing, and that's going to be a strategy that I use for this summer. I want to try and hit up a whole bunch of Desolation Wilderness. I mean, I live within a couple hours of some world-renowned hiking and backpacking, and I've never done it just because I didn't want to get a permit that just is online. One last note is sometimes it can be difficult to figure out which area you're actually going to be in and where the parking lots would be. If you go to this map, which I will give you a link to it in the description, it will help you to determine which region you're going to be in, and then from there you'll be able to sort out all of your parking information. Hope that helps you guys.